Mr. Edward Liu, Mr. Dorian Barra, Mr. Thongchai Sidam Rama, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, I assure you that I will not talk about textiles, which I have a session to go this afternoon. It is my great pleasure to address you at this Thailand MICE International Forum 2012. Recently, MICE business has gained significant recognition as one crucial growth engine for a country, including Thailand, as the Deputy Prime Minister has mentioned. As we are fast approaching the integration of ASEAN in 2015, MICE will undeniably be the one agenda we need to work together to become more efficient and competitive. Here, I shall assume that everybody in this room have a good working knowledge of AC already. But I will go over it very briefly. As we are all aware, the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, is perhaps the prime engine driving forward the Southeast Asian nations' cooperation. It is founded on a vision of a single market and production base for ASEAN member states to promote the free movement of goods, services, investment, and skilled labor across the ASEAN region. The expanse of the market will render ASEAN greater purchasing power, much in the same way as a growing regional competitive advantage, which would enable its member states to aggressively respond to the global change imperatives. As ASEAN moved towards establishing the ASEAN Economic Community in 2015, steps to improve trade facilitation, including the removal of non-tariff trade barriers to promote the free movement of goods in the region, have been taken to enhance trade among ASEAN member states. Measures to substantially remove all restrictions to trade in service by 2015, as well as to increase foreign equity participation of ASEAN nationality, either individually or corporate, to 70% is meant to accommodate the free flow of services. As part of the cooperation, mutual recognition arrangement, MIA, in the service sector will enable the flow of professional service providers in the ASEAN region in accordance with the relevant domestic rules and regulations. Under the provision of free flow of investment, ASEAN aims to enhance its attractiveness as an investment destination by creating a free, open, and transparent investment regime in line with ASEAN economic integration goal in order to better respond to global competition. Lastly, the integration of ASEAN financial and capital market by 2015 will facilitate freer and greater trade and investment flow in the region. We cannot, however, look at the bright side only. There are also drawbacks, so as to say, resulting from the integration. I would like to mention a few things from trade and investment viewpoint. First of all, we are definitely anticipate more competitors and tougher competition. As ASEAN member states basically share similar export structure, businesses will have to be more competitive or they will unavoidably be affected or even obliterated. By removing the trade and investment barrier, which unfortunately also benefit foreign business. Secondly, there will be more low quality or substantial products entering the market, which would possibly put the consumer at risk by using them. Labor issue could pose another problem since due to prohibition on free flow of skilled labor, there are a possibility of brain drain, especially in the area of medical and engineering services to a higher paid member states. At the same time, there could be social and job placement predicaments result from lower paid foreign workforce migrating to higher paid member states, as well as employment problems in the less developed countries. Our Thai service sectors will be affected by the fact that foreign investors from ASEAN can now get hold of more equity. The possibility of more foreign investment will even higher according to the provision of the 70% foreign equity participant in the future. Lastly, member states who are competitive in resource, labor costs, and investment promotion will be competing with each other to attract foreign investment. In the case of Thailand, we will have to focus on improvement of basic infrastructure, labor productivity, and the modernization of rules and regulations to facilitate the investment. Both developed and developing member states have their own challenges, which can be either positive or negative. In order to strengthen ASEAN trade competitiveness, the ratio in intra-ASEAN trade should not be less than 40%, ideally at 50% compared to the current 25%. Talking about challenges on trade. According to the study on food production capability among ASEAN member states, Brunei and Singapore are found to be incapable of producing and processing agricultural products, but sustain high income per head and massive foreign investment capability in order to feed their people. Singapore is also a major buyer in ASEAN, while Laos, Cambodia, which lack first of all, are far behind in farming technology and will need substantial improvement in the future. Malaysia is somewhat capable but has limited land for agriculture. In the case of Myanmar and the Philippines, which maintain moderate to high food production capability, they are hindered by logistic system, electricity supply, basic infrastructure, and potential natural disaster, and will need to be further developed. Vietnam and Indonesia both prioritize agro and food industry, much the same as Thailand, and are deemed readily capable as mentioned by foreign investors. Therefore, for Thailand in the next decade, following AEC, we can readily anticipate both opportunity, challenges, and regional competition when the market opens up in the future. Painful it may be, but we have to admit that the majority of Thai business are not prepared for AEC. Only a handful has started to explore the opportunity to expand into the region through joint venture, contracted manufacturing, or direct investment. Although member states share the similar advantage in raw material and labor cost structure, but what worries most Thai businessmen are the quality of goods and the production process efficiency. Therefore, we must turn to adding value to our products through innovation rather than continuing the conventional way of cheap labor or inferior product quality. According to the study by ASEAN Business Intelligence, there are 5 things that Thai business need to seriously consider in preparation toward AEC. First, on the priority list, we need to pursue products and service innovation for competitive advantage. Secondly, we need to have efficient production and/or service process. Next, we will have to develop our human resource, and improve product quality and standard. Lastly, we definitely need to have ASEAN market intelligence in order to expand into the region. Agriculture or products and processed food will stand a good chance since they are highly praised for the good quality and excellent taste. Maybe not to everybody, I presume. Currently, the Thailand export approximately $6 billion worth of food products to ASEAN market, which account for 11% of total export to ASEAN from Thailand. Those in popular demand are fresh produce, such as vegetable and fruit, which although can be grown in some other places, are deemed superior in taste. Others include products such as sugar, processed food, and ready-to-eat products. For SME wishing to penetrate ASEAN market, we essentially need to focus on consumer behavior in each member state in order to pin down the right target groups. They have the advantage of being more flexible in terms of products customization over large exporter. Only if they thoroughly understand the customer, they will stand a very good chance of overtake the market share due to their agility in responding to the changing demand. Another issue at the moment is the great transformation of Myanmar, which has more or less created a stir in the global arena. Thailand should really benefit from the route crossing into Myanmar, for there will be more flow of goods through land transportation. Elsewhere in the south, we can also enjoy the access to Indian and Pacific Ocean should the cooperation is dealt with Myanmar, especially the Dawai project. And I would like to turn your attention to the topic especially related to this gathering, which is the meeting, incentive, convention, and exhibition of MICE business. Today, MICE business is considered a key driver for Thai tourism industry. Among the four groups mentioned, the international convention generates the highest value, followed by meeting and incentive and international exhibition industry, respectively. The majority of MICE travelers who are either businessmen, academics, or students usually have more spending than leisure travelers, but would require quality service and products to accommodate their traveling needs. The average spending of MICE traveler is 2 to 3 times higher than leisure traveler. Therefore, generating overall income of roughly 11% of the total income from tourist industry combined, and is growing at a high rate. As various parties are engaged in this thriving industry, MICE will largely contribute to the development of the country economy through infrastructure and public utility projects, which will in turn benefit the livelihood of the local people. The integration in 2015 will undoubtedly affect local MICE business, especially in the area of cost and by the free movement of foreign workforce. Therefore, it is vital that we improve on our own human capital to attain professionalism and expertise in order to cope with the new environment, where skilled labor from region can move around freely. We have so many experts here today. You're all the experts down there, so we need your advice on this. Our stakeholders in the industry will have to observe an international standard of operation as well. In this regard, quality tourism will be the focal point for Thailand in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude my presentation today with this notion. Thailand has all the potential to become top player in ASEAN MICE business. Only concrete long-term support from the government will be crucially needed, which has been confirmed by the Deputy Prime Minister this morning, which we are happy to hear that. Looking forward toward ASEAN, the public and private sector will need to create partnerships and join hands in enhancing the development and promotion of ASEAN as a single destination with world-class standards, facilities, and attractions, where the diversity and richness of various cultures and people of Southeast Asia are of grand showcase. Lastly, I wish you a successful and fruitful meeting for your connectivity and your networking. But remember, please, to take time to enjoy the hospitality of this land of spine. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the Chairman of Thai Chamber of Commerce, Kun Pongsak Aksakun, for the presentation and giving us an outlook how the industry will be in the near future. Association to please come up and present a souvenir to Kun Pongsak. A round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.